Hey, it's Tim Terrio back again, hanging out with Dr. Nick, talking about sports psychology. And last time we shot a video, you talked about engineering a lifestyle and engineering your environment for success for athletes. So I want to dig into that again, but let's get specific. Because I think back to goal setting, everybody wants to set these goals, 90-day goals, year-long goals. But I just, knowing, or not as much as you know, obviously, but that it really comes down to daily habits.
Correct.
That then compound on each other.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So give us some examples of how do you engineer an athletic lifestyle?
Well, I think a lot of it is, because you mentioned, having and doing things that build on one another, and you're building momentum. Similar to, I don't know if you've ever heard the term downward spiral. It's kind of the opposite of that. It's having a situation, downward spiral is when you have a negative thought, which leads to a bigger negative thought, which leads to a bigger negative thought. Right. You often see that in anxiety, and then just goes. This is kind of the mirror of that. What it is, it's kind of starting off. A big part of it is kind of being very planful with your time. So you're having the time to get in the sleep. So when you get good sleep, it allows you to be wake up in a better mood with more energy. I go and I eat healthy, and that kind of builds. And then then I'm in class, or I'm at my job, or whatever. And throughout the day, you can build in things that you're being successful at. So if I have a long-term goal of, say, playing, Division I football,
right.
As a student, I can do things on a daily basis that allow me to be successful and allow me to reach that goal. And one of it's being, giving the appropriate amount of time in class, being successful in class. When I'm being successful in class, it's going to allow me to play my sport. I'm going to be eligible. Right. I'm going to have free time. I'm not going to have maybe some turmoil or arguments with my parents. Right. And my relationships are going to go better. So I think there are things you can build on a daily basis that increase that momentum that allow you to be successful on a daily basis, which leads to being successful on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis, and maybe 4 years out. So those things, whether we're talking about good nutrition, go to a specialized place where you can really hone in your skills, right. Being in tune and really understanding your body from a mental and physical level, right. Really are things that you do on a daily basis that in the long term really allow you to be able to be successful with these big goals, like going to a college and playing football, playing varsity, being able to get on your club team, those kind of things.
I think it's amazing. I've talked about that before because I think the decisions we make, well, two things. One, I think there's a lot of things you said are easy things to do, but the problem with easy things are if it's easy to do, then it's easy not to do it.
Correct.
And if you don't do it, then you never build that momentum. So if you decide, hey, I'm going to work out, and then you miss a few, and instead of 5 days a week, you're working out twice.
Correct.
Well, from a physical standpoint, that you never build.
Yeah, you're right.
If you're doing that. And I think from a mental standpoint too, right?
Absolutely. You kind of do something and you kind of get in the hole, so to speak. Oh, I missed my workout. Well, I'm not going to work out today, so I can afford to go and maybe eat more, maybe eat some crummy food that I shouldn't, and then you go 2 pegs back, and then I just don't have much energy. I'm just gonna I'm gonna skip practice today, or I'm gonna skip doing my homework, or
I'm not feeling good, so I'm gonna lay down and watch TV.
Yeah, and you do that, and then you start to feel worse about what's going on because you're in the hole, right. And then you maybe get in arguments with your girlfriend or your wife or whatever. So in the same way, you can continue to jump backwards, or you can choose to jump forwards. And like you said, it's very easy, simple decisions that you make that you can cause yourself to get that negative or positive momentum. Definitely.
So the moral of the story is let's not spiral down the toilet, but let's build up.
Yeah, let's kind of go the opposite
direction. Let's create a fountain instead of going down the bowl.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect.
Definitely.
Thank you. Talk to you soon.